Okay, it looks like we're almost ready to get started here, so I'm going to
Hello,
turn the camera
everyone.
around.
Welcome. What an exciting day. Can I use the word wow for today? Does that adequately deal with where we are today? What an incredible journey we've been on here at the Ligonier Valley YMCA as board of directors, and I'm part of that board and delighted to be part of the activities today. We've been looking forward to this day for a long time, years in the making, and it's just our privilege to be able to share this time with you. This is just a facility that we put together to be part of the community, and I know you've read about it in different stages of its work, but we think that this is I'm not going to use the crown jewel word, but it's really one of the highlights of our community. A few weeks ago, some folks were touring through and we weren't quite finished, and they said, you know, this has the best view in town. And we said, yes, it really does. It has the best view in town. And so this is you'll have chances to come and visit and see the best view around. Watch all kinds of things going on in the building. Take part in things in the building, and we hope you really do that, because that's why this building is built, for you to use it and to be a part of it and to make it part of your lives. So we're just delighted to have that opportunity. We're part of a celebration today, and for those of you who don't know, I'm Bob Cummings. I'm part of the board of directors here, and was fortunate enough to be chair of the building committee, which is why they put the microphone in front of me first. So I'm just delighted to be able to be here to do that. I'm going to just introduce our guests very quickly, and I'll be able to do each one. I'm going to introduce now Mr. Jay Bleelash, who's Vice President of our Board of Directors. Jay, why don't you come and take the microphone out of my hands?
Thank you, Bob. I echo Bob's sentiments of wow. This is fantastic, and very excited to be here. And I have the fun job because I get to stand up here and thank folks. So that's what I'm going to do. I am honored and humbled to be here and to speak on behalf of the current board of directors at the Ligonier Valley YMCA, as well as those who served on the board in prior years, because without their leadership, and I saw some of you around, none of this would be possible. So thank you. I'd also like to thank all those who have supported the YMCA in this endeavor, and I know that's everyone in the room and many who aren't, so I want to thank that group as well. We are blessed to have an exceptional organization such as Excella Health to partner with us going forward, and we look forward to that partnership as it continues to develop and mature over the years. This building is a symbol of what communities can do when working towards a common goal. And going forward, this community, families, children, have a safe place to be themselves, to thrive, learn, and be supported in all aspects of their lives. This day would not be possible if it weren't for the contributions and hard work of many people, but there are two people who I believe deserve special recognition in what is a historical day for our community. And those are Bob Cummings and Larry Stormer. And and at the risk of embarrassing them just a little bit, I have a little something to say about each one. So Bob's vision, perseverance, and can-do attitude has truly been an inspiration for me to watch. Any project of this size has its inevitable nuances, challenges, and overall complexity. Bob handled all of these situations as they arose with dignity and aplomb, and dare I say faith that ultimately it would work out. On behalf of the board, thank you very much, Bob. And then we have Larry. Larry has tirelessly worked for reality, a dream that was not of his own making, but nevertheless invested in the vision and made today happen. We are grateful to his family for their support, because I know long hours, right, Larry? Long hours, yep. And also grateful to Larry for always moving us forward, whether as the project manager, fundraiser, community organizer, the CEO, or whatever hat was required to keep us moving in the right direction. Larry wore it proudly and did so in a relentless, engaging fashion. On behalf of the board, my heartfelt thanks to Larry Swimmer. And that's all for me.
So it's my honor and privilege to introduce Mr. Butch Bellis, Mayor of Ligonier.
I'd like to welcome everybody here. This is a project we've all worked hard on. It was an uphill struggle, but we've got it. It's a beautiful building. It's something for the future for the whole valley. I can't express how beautiful the building is. The medical facility at the other end is absolutely top-notch. We'll be able to provide for our citizens for a long time in the future. The exercise room, which we're going to hit tomorrow morning, it looks fantastic. And the only sad thing about this is I'm not going to be able to harass Stu Mattson anymore because I rode him good. So, but anyway, I want to thank everyone who showed up and who helped us bring this idea to fruition. It is a project that is fantastic. Thank everybody on the board and all the people that volunteered money and time. Thank you all.
For those of you who aren't aware, we are sharing a great partnership, the YMCA and Excella Health, and that's enabled us to pull this whole program together. And so I'd like to introduce now Mr. Michael Bush, who's Chief Operating Officer of Excella Health.
Thanks, Bob. And we're really thrilled to be in partnership with the Y. And joining us today is our CEO from Excella, Bob Rogowski. Bob, I think you're back here. So today does mark a major milestone event in the life of our community. Excella Health and the Y are partnering to advance a common mission we have to not only educate, but also care for the health and wellness of our community. And we share that mission together. This project also has some deep roots and one little twist I'll talk about today. So Excella Health through Latrobe Hospital has a long history of providing health care to the Ligonier Valley. For over 50 years, we've been offering emergency medical care through Ligonier Valley Ambulance and our outreach effort through the Ligonier Volunteer Fire Department to conduct wellness checks that spans over 2 decades. And over that time, the hospital has also partnered with the Y on various programs to keep the community healthy. And our most recent project being the Diabetes Prevention Initiative underway, which is a direct reflection of our community health assessment and needs that we have to be able to treat and cure diabetes. So we're also gifted, and diabetes being one of the common health challenges we have in our community, is best managed when there's a solid relationship between those who are affected by the disease and the primary care provider. And we happen to be blessed in our community with 2 outstanding physicians that are part of our community and have made their home and their career here. And they are truly neighbors caring for neighbors. Relocating from just a few blocks away to Excella Square at Ligonier are Dr. Hugh Brawlier, who will mark 40 years of service here next year. So I think that commands a round of applause. And Dr. Vince DeCosmo, who has over 32 years of experience here in family medicine. And we're pleased to have their office staff and many of their patients attending today's open house. And let's recognize them as well. So a few weeks ago, we broke ground on Excella Square at Latrobe, which will become the hub of our family medicine residency program. Dr. DeCosmo is one of the earliest graduates of our program that has trained over 200 physicians, family practice physicians, 60 of which have stayed in our county taking care of our community. And that's great news because we will have the capability of having superbly trained expert family doctors available close by to take care of our residents from decades to come. We're really thrilled about that project and what it means for our community. But I think the partnership we celebrate today is a little bit deeper than you realize, and here is the twist. Excella Health's connection to the YMCA actually spans over 120 years old. What you may not know is Dr. Brawyer's grandfather, also a family practice physician, John Brauer, quarterbacked the Latrobe YMCA football team in 1895 and helped solidify Latrobe's claim to fame as the original birthplace of professional football. How about that? And we thought it was all about the Steelers. I don't think so. While it's important to make these historical connections, it's also necessary to note we have a common vision for the future that we share with the Y, share a vision for population health. How can we stay healthier, stay out of the hospital, and live happy, productive lives? How can we best do that in partnership? And we believe that the blending of services in this facility will help us accomplish this. Within Excella's nearly 10,000 square feet that you toured today, a modern patient-focused space, you'll find primary care, diagnostic testing, physical and aquatherapy services, as well as subspecialty services. We brought our Quick Draw Plus laboratory, X-ray, and EKG services from across town here to Excella Square, and we're adding ultrasound capability here at this campus. You might be interested to know that on any given month, our Ligonier Quick Draw staff perform in excess of 15,000 blood tests, X-rays, and EKGs every single month. These are the most commonly needed tests to help our physicians find out what's going on with us, right? So they can treat and care for us. This is all about creating a positive, modern family experience for our patients and for those of our community, and we're really thrilled to be a part of this partnership. I want to thank Jeff Ferret from AirTech, who's been shepherding Excella's build-out, as well as Larry Stormer. Larry, where's Larry? Okay, you're going to speak later. So I don't have any stories about Larry, though. Actually, I do, but I don't want to tell them today. And the YMCA Board of Directors, which includes Janelle Smith, a member of our rehabilitation team, and herself a Valley resident, for creating an inviting, welcoming, and energizing community resource. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. So, without further ado, we need to introduce the guy who's kind of back behind me. We've been making fun of for a long time now in the process. So let me introduce, with great delight, Mr. Larry Stormer, who's the director of Ligonier Valley YMCA.
All right, I know this is why all these people are here probably to hear me speak, right? Just kidding. You know, that 14 months went really fast, didn't it? No. You know, we were sitting here planning this project before my arrival. There were a lot of people planning this very important project. Board members, Bob Cummings, Janet, Jay, there's a lot of board members here and a lot of people that were planning this very important community project, held it together, and then I came in and was kind of charged with helping to continue and move forward and make this kind of dream become a reality. And partnering with Excella Health has been wonderful. I mean, it's been great. We think it's going to add a whole new community wellness center to this borough and this valley that I don't think too many communities this size see throughout the country. There were a lot of challenges we had throughout the way, some daily, some hourly, some minutes. But you know, we had a lot of help overcoming all these things. And you know, I could stand up here and thank people for the next 2 hours. Because there's so many people who have been involved in this, and believe me, I was a small cog in this. You know, keeping it going, keeping it steered straight. We had so many people that put in so much time and effort to make this happen. First, I want to thank our new partners at Excella Health. They've been wonderful to work with. Scott Koshko and I probably talk way more than he'd like to talk to me, but we have to because he's forced to do that. Our generous donors, personal and foundations who really provided the resources to make this happen. You'll see our donor wall on the other side for permanent recognition. We had a ton of people give talent and resources. Our general contractor, Kevin McVicker. Kevin, I probably didn't even really know him 2 years ago. Now I gotta send him 3 Christmas cards, I think. We spent a lot of time and effort together. And Kevin, everyone in this process, just so everybody understands, the subcontractors from Beacon Electric, and I just mentioned one, but everyone has gone above and beyond in this project. I mean, they've done free things for us, and maybe because I asked them like 30 times. But they've done a lot of things for us because they know it's the why and they know what the impact of this building is and this facility is in the community. Our superintendent, I don't know if he's here, Stu Matson. Stu has a way of keeping it on task. And I told him if I don't see him next week, I'm gonna go find out where he is just to spend some time with him. And probably not too many people say that, just so you know. He is a lot of fun. But he really kept it on task, really made us moving forward. Our project manager, Jeff Barrett from Artech Group. Artech Group really did a great job kind of bridging the gap with Kevin and I and really managing this project. Our architects, Shelley Flynn Brennan, did a nice job with the design of the facility. You can see the outside and inside. It really blends into the landscape of Ligonier because that was very, very important to us throughout the process. We didn't want to put up a big metal medical building. We wanted to put something up that blends into Ligonier because that's what makes Ligonier Ligonier. We really like being part of it. Our board members, they've been real supportive. When I first came here, we kind of pulled back the reins a little bit, and I'm thinking I'm going to be part-time here very soon because I've done this is the third Y that I've had the opportunity to be involved with building or helping to build. And it was real important for us to step back a little bit, make sure our design was right, make sure we had the fundraising in place, then move forward again. So a lot of our foundations, donors, Excella, everyone had patience while we went through this process and then began the build. YMCA staff, the staff here have done a great job. We've put a lot of time and effort into getting this facility ready upstairs. You never know how many dumbbells you have until you have to move them from the basement to the second floor. I may not have to work out again for the next 4 years. And of course, the borough members, council members, and all the community. I mean, it's really hard pulling this all together, I think, and certainly, again, I had a very minimal part to do with it, but a lot of people did. And pulling it all together is very, very, it's not difficult, but we had a lot of people that were involved in this. So, I've been doing the Y thing for 20 years, and the Ys have been involved in helping to expand or grow. The same root cause always happens when we do this stuff. And it's always serve more people and serve them in a better way, right? So for this facility, 69% of our members who come in here utilize the fitness center. And so I think the premise of this was to expand the fitness center, to be able to reach out in our demographics, serve more people, and do it better. And if anybody's walked through the fitness center, it's a pretty awesome space. It almost makes me want to exercise. But it's going to enable us to do a lot more for a lot more people. The gymnasium, a small thing, we put HVAC in there and maple flooring and all the things that we did in there, but really the root cause for that for us is now we can have silver sneaker classes in a bigger space because it's 70 or 68 degrees in July rather than 88 degrees. So everything that we do, it's not about the bricks and mortar, it's about how can we serve more people, how can we serve them better. And I think the partnership with Excella really is a great community asset for wellness here in terms of therapy, in terms of all the services that they offer, and I've learned way more about Excella than I ever thought I would know. I know what EHMG means, and you guys never thought I'd learn that. So it's really a great partnership for us. Everyone involved here has been great stewards of the Y, great stewards of the funding that we're using, and all the builders and all the subcontractors and all the people who have helped us have really, I mean, you know how many projects, we're only probably 30, 40 days behind our original proposal when we were standing up here breaking ground, and this was grass a year ago. And if anyone remembers, it rained the whole month of June last year, and that's of course when we were digging a hole. So we thought about just putting a pool in because it'd been a lot faster. So we went forward with doing it. But hopefully you've all had the chance to look around this beautiful facility. The Excella, as Mike said, they have 10,000 square feet. The second floor is mostly the Y space as well as some physical therapy space. But it really, I think, turned out tremendously well. And I owe that to a lot of people that put a lot of time and effort into making this work. Now, it's up to our board and staff. Oh, you thought I was done. You were hoping, right? That's why everybody picks on me. Now, it's up to our board and our staff to keep this moving, because I know there's always a rich tradition of the Y. I was speaking to somebody earlier here today who volunteered here doing the towels in the 80s. There's always a history to every Y. And I always look at it as my responsibility, or our responsibility, to continue to grow this organization and continue to serve more people, because that's what we do, and that's what we're in this business for. So it's our opportunity to do that. As far as fundraising, we're doing very well. We had a little bit of a delta in terms of the fundraising, but a lot of people have really stepped up within the last 14 months and enabled us to complete this project, because 14 months ago we weren't sure if we could do it. So I can't tell you how appreciative I am and how appreciative I am of all the work that everyone has done to make this thing a reality. And I don't think, of all the construction projects, I don't think we had, everybody worked great together. And I think it was mostly Stu's doing, because everyone was afraid of him. But I just want to thank everybody for coming out today. This is a very historic day for the Ligonier Y, one that we'll be talking about 20 years from now, because it's when we embark on not only collaborating with Excella, but also expanding our space, continuing to offer the existing services that we have, but again, at the end of the day, serving more people and doing it better. But I thank you again very, very much, and I hope I didn't talk too much.
I said to Larry, you never give a microphone to a preacher without some consequences. So I wanted to take a moment to give some personal thanks again to the building committee, the board, especially to the staff who sees us running around all day long, in and out. There were times when the front desk would say, "You're here again?" And the answer was yes. And it's just, but I have a special thank you to the builder, Fort Construction Group, and Kevin McVicker, and to architect Charlie Brunning. And I want to take a personal note to thank Steve Patricia, who's my partner in crime back there. There's a lot of things that Steve really helped do in a very significant way.
I'm so sorry, I write stuff down and I never read it, I just talk. But I had Steve on there as well. Steve Patricia has done so much for our project in terms of, he met in my office every day at 2 o'clock, we called it his usual time, and we'd go over things about hanging items and colors and all kinds of things. And I think we need, I mean, I'd like to give Steve a round of applause myself, because he did so much.
One more thing, and then we'll go to the ribbon cutting, because that's why we're all here. When I first came into the YMCA, the fitness center consisted of a rowing machine and a treadmill about where the front desk is, and that's a long time ago. And look how far we've come along the way. Can I say the word "wow" one more time? Because it's just kind of incredible to me. Again, thank you so much, everyone who helped. The time, energy, and effort for the last couple of years has been tremendous, and I'm just so grateful, and I know you will be as you get to use all of these facilities along the way. So we're going to move to ribbon cutting. Who's going to take care of that?
We're going to do the ribbon cutting now, and if anyone is interested in a membership, we have the information up here. And we are waiving the join fee for a couple weeks only, if you're interested. But we're serious. We're doing the ribbon cutting now. Scott Koshko, would you please come to the front of the building? We'll let these come.
Can I have Janelle and Drs. Breuer and DeCosmo?
move forward. They may have stepped out. They may have stepped out, Robin.
So that was the ribbon cutting and ceremony. Hopefully we'll get to take a look around here a little bit, and if not today, hopefully soon.
All right, if anyone didn't get a chance for a tour, we can still give tours around. You can feel free to walk around.
Let's see. Let's go see what they have. So we may as well do it now, right?
Thank you so much for being here.
I hear all the workout rooms are up here, so let's go take a look and see what we have. Can I just say this is a really spectacular space up here. It just goes on and on and on. And here's some of that view they were talking about. Nice air conditioning up here. Feels really good right now. I mean, look at all these fitness machines. There's just about everything here. We'll head this way into the weight
Well,
room.
that's real close.
Is it?
No, it's real close.
Probably she knows that.
So we just moved out there. This is the freeway room. So if you are over downstairs, the original thing, back, so now it has this nice big area. Mr. Mike.
This is such a great area in here too. Nice and big, lots of space. Look at that view. That's a spectacular view out there. And in here we have the spin room. Looks like they're really ready for some great classes.
Maybe Maggie will come back.
Well, that looks like that's about the tour of the upstairs. That's the place I was really interested to see. It looks like it's really a beautiful new building here, addition that they put on. And I'm gonna go down and check about memberships. So until next time, Ligonier.